Welcome to episode 5 of On the Shelf. I am your magical, fantastical host, once again, Mike. With me today is Mark Waterton. Mark, how are we doing today?
I'm good. How are you today?
Rocking and rolling, brother, on this magical Sunday. Why are we here today, Mark?
I really want to tell you all about my love of a certain DC character that runs parallel with your love. You know, it's parallel, yin and yang. You know.
Well, I know it's not this guy. So,
No.
Based on your screen name and your Instagram handle, I'm going to go with it is the Dark Knight himself, Mr. Bruce
Iron
Wayne,
Man.
a.k.a.
Oh yeah,
Batman.
Batman. Yeah, Batman. That's right. Yes.
So how'd you get it? So first off, let's get into you. Before we start getting into Mr. Wayne, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am 38 years old and I've been collecting comics my entire life. I've been brought up on everything that's geeky, like Star Wars and, you know, Gremlins, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park. You know, I mean, proper films.
Proper films.
And I was 8 years old, and I remember looking at a newspaper, and it was the new Batmobile, and I went, "Oh my god! Like, what the hell is that?" And I hate to say it was my first ever pirate video. I would never do it now. Don't get me wrong. I support the film industry. I don't rinse it, but you know, this was the 80s. You know, it was, and Batman just changed my world. I'd always loved Superman, and it was nice. I didn't know they were ever together as a kid, so it was nice to have a serious movie that isn't Adam West,
right?
You know, and it just changed. I went, "Oh my god! Like this is amazing!" And I just started reading more and more and more and more, and just started properly collecting about 1993 into Batman, and then gone from there. Really
awesome. That's amazing. So, did you go see the Burton film like as soon as it came out in the theaters? Were you one of those guys? Did you camp out?
Well, I managed to see Batman Returns.
Okay, Batman Returns.
Yeah, so 11. So that was my first Batman movie.
Oh, okay.
But Batman 1 on video.
On video with pirates, not an actual pirated video with pirates.
Yes, with pirates. Yes, yeah. And now the only pirate videos I own are of the Caribbean. You know. Yeah, exactly. I loved Batman Returns. I remember that scene where he was on top of the building and he went like this with his cape.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my god, this is, you know, I am definitely a Batman convert now. This is what I want to read the rest of my life.
So would you say you're are you from the Keaton camp, or did Ben Affleck kind of maybe change your mind a little?
No, I've always been Keaton because I've grown up on it. You know, right. Batman. I think the best Batman is Keaton, but I think Affleck was closest to the comics.
Yeah, agreed.
Like he's very good. I mean, he's brutal. He's dark. You know. Mm-hmm. But if Michael Keaton was alive today, I mean, not alive today. If the film, sorry, Michael Keaton. If Michael Keaton was 35 again and making films today, it would be 20 times better than Affleck. You know, but I think Affleck's a good Batman of the modern generation.
Well, I feel like if they do this Batman Beyond that they've been talking about for years, ages, I think that would be kind of neat if they somehow shoehorned him in and they put him in and, you know, somehow into the extended universe that, you know, we clearly saw with Crisis through CW and Arrowverse, which you guys are able to see that now, right? It came out there?
Yeah, we don't have a CW app like you guys have. We have to. It's on like Sunday night on a channel, you know, with it's not as easily accessible, isn't it? Nothing is as popular over here as it is over there. So it's a bit more challenging, but...
So now when you say over there, it sounds like you're from your accent that you're from Oregon.
Oregon?
Is that like the Midwest, right? Like the Midwest, right? You're from the Midwest? Because you actually never said where you're from.
I'm East England in the UK, yes. In a small town called Northamptonshire. Not quite. But everything has always been American influenced, you know. All my favourite things are always, you know, from America, and I love America. America is awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to it here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, otherwise you'd move, wouldn't you? You know?
Otherwise, I'd be moving across the pond. I'd go hang out with Luke Bug.
Yeah, if you're ever over here, man, honestly. But I do New York Comic Con. I've done that 3 times now, and that's that's Mecca for me. That's it's just perfection, you know.
Yeah, maybe next year. I hope we see it again next year. I hope it all comes back.
It will. It became better than San Diego for comics, and I think it just if you want movies, go to San Diego. If you want comics, go to New York. That's what I thought.
I think that's a pretty good, fair summary of everything, bro. So okay, so number one, let's talk about what goodies you have brought onto my show today.
Okay.
So
I'll leave the best till last,
right,
as always. But first of all, I've got quite a bit to choose from because I've been collecting for 25 years.
Well, I see that. So I feel like one of the reasons, I mean, we got to know each other a little bit from Cape Justice, and you told me a fun fact about your comic book collection. You know that how long you've been collecting Batmans for is obviously, like you said, 25 years. But how far does your comic book collection stretch for the Batman titles and Batman family?
I only need 1939 and 1940s Batmans, and that's it, and I'm finished. I've got a straight run from about 1941 to present, and with every single variant ever made, up until The Dark Knight Returns Part 3, when they made £8,000 variants, and,
right.
and I just went, I was like, no, I'm not. No, Frank Miller. I respect you, but I am not spending £36,000 on 8 variants. I just can't do it. So.
It was a lot. It was a lot of variants.
I was like, I'm not doing this. So I bought a few, and then I just get cover A's now and the odd one. But it's like, no. But I just love artwork, and I love reading, and I've read everything. I'm a reader, And they're all very good. The early ones are very good finds. They're not mints, but then from about the 60s onwards, we're starting to get a little bit better condition.
Okay.
And then anything modern is near mint plus, definitely. But
awesome.
I'm a reader. I just love the stories. They're amazing.
That's fantastic. And after we do a little show and tell, I want to get into like your favorite like eras and artists and stuff. But let's rock and roll. Let's see what you got, brother.
That's right. Well, number one was the first comic I ever bought. This is Batman 500, and this changed my world. Like yourself, around the Death of Superman era, they killed off Superman. They broke Batman's back. Yep. I'm like, what? And this was the first proper Batman comic I ever picked up and read, ever. This one's signed by Quesada, but the guy who co-created Azrael. But this is I can quote from this comic. I think I know.
Nice.
There's not really I can. That was like my obsession in 1993. I was like, it doesn't get any. I don't think it's ever getting any better than this in my mind. They haven't come close. But
there might be some fanboys and Batman fans who might want to fight you now for saying that. But,
change my mind. But bring it on. Come on. Bring it on. I will argue. I'm training to be a solicitor, and I will argue for a living. Right? About how good that one is. It's got everything. I think it's got psychological damage of Batman. Yep. It's got this, it's got the whole Jean-Paul Valley and Azrael locked in his mind, this ability to fight, and it really is a proper Robin. Tim Drake is one of my favourite Robin.
I love Tim Drake. He's always been my favourite Robin.
And now they just dump on him. They just
good catch.
Nearly swore. They just dump on him. Yeah,
I know.
Sorry, kids.
It's okay. What else you got?
That it's perfection. It's just brilliant, and it's shiny. Dear God, there's not enough shiny in this world.
No, and I mean that was the '90s. That was like the opulence of the '90s with all of the different like holographic covers. And you remember there was the Superman versus Lobo comic that was like had the stick on the color form type things. You could change the scenes and stuff. That's all.
Yeah,
it's all crazy.
I'm one of those people who will buy those covers. I just love it. It's way better than just a normal floppy cover, isn't it?
I mean, listen, like you, I'm an art guy. Like I love not only the story; it has to be awesome. Which I mean, as a Superman fan, I've few and far between where I haven't really liked the storylines. But the art to me is also a big seller. And around that time, where with the thing with Batman, the breaking of the bat. And the Death of Superman stuff, like the artists that were on Superman at the time, that's my favorite core group of Superman artists.
Same here, absolutely. I think it's not just because it was what we grew up on. I think it's just so Superman, isn't it? And so Batman.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Well, it is.
No,
Dan
right.
Jurgens, and he drew the Death of Superman. It was just like, you know, when he was flying towards Doomsday, and he's like, now he gets it. You know, I'm like, yes, Superman. You know,
Right, the full page splash. That full page splash on that. Yep. Yeah.
And he goes, now Doomsday gets his, doesn't he? And he's like, yeah, come on, you know. But same with this, you know, Broken and Done. You know, the earlier ones with Bane just dropping a broken Batman on the floor, and like, there's not a lot of blood. You don't need a lot of blood. It's literally the shattering of heroes, and that's why I like that era, because you know they're going to come back.
Right.
But it's how far you can push it until they come back to make the comeback better.
You're right.
And that era got it right.
I agree, brother.
In my mind.
No.
Yeah.
I'm with you, 100%. Well.
Right, next on the agenda, going along with the Batman. Put it again. The Batman Azrael thing. I've got this. This is my Azrael sketch.
Oh wow, nice.
By Barry Kitson. He's a British artist.
Yep.
Yeah, he's done Legion of Superheroes. He's done X-Men.
I like his work on Legion of Superheroes. I always like Barry's work with Legion of Superheroes.
It was really good. I think he's really underrated. I mean, he's not like dynamic, but he's precise, and he drew Azrael, which is, you know, my favourite, you know, ever. And I fanboyed out on him, and I think he worried about me a little bit, because I'm like, oh my god, it's Barry Kitson. This was a little Comic-Con in Bristol, which is like on the south coast of the UK, and it was. I go, can you do me a sketch? And he was like, here you go. And I go, how much do I owe you? And he's like, no, it's free. I'm like, yeah, you know, free sketches. You know, it's the way forward. But that's one of my favourite. That was my first ever Comic-Con and my first ever sketch. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then nothing.
Too.
I've had drawings from Jim Lee, and this has meant more than to me. You know,
dude, I get it. Totally understand.
It's sentimental. You know.
That's what this. But bro, that's what this whole show is about. Like, it's all about what the sentimentality. Like, you could show me, you know, that you have, you know, Michael Keaton's original Batsuit somewhere, but if it doesn't really mean as much to you, if it doesn't mean as much to you as that sketch, it's completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get
it. I think. Last thing, which is I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever had ever. A friend of mine worked on the Batman 1989 Michael Keaton movie, and I used to own a couple of comic shops and then run a couple of comic shops.
Really?
And that was my dream. You know, as a kid, I was
that's my dream too, bro. I'm 42 years old. You don't think it's my dream too?
Yeah, do it. You know, I think they will come back, because people are buying more print than ever, aren't they? Which is exciting. I don't think digital will ever take over, but because you can't take digital to a Comic-Con and get someone to sign your iPad, can you? You could try, but it'd be a bit messy. Yeah, so he worked on the 1989 movie, and he was in Sound Guy. I think I've got a jacket somewhere in storage as well, and it says like Sound on the back with Mike Batman on it. But this is the newspaper from Batman. You can see me over the top of it.
Yeah.
And it says Batman foils robbery, Jack Napier dead. Who is the master vigilante? You know, and this was the one that I think Vicky Vale held in the movie. And it's clever because let me open it up.
Oh god, this is going to ruin the paper.
Yeah, no, it's a full. Oh no, I'm joking. Yeah, it's got a full page spread, but what's clever, it's just the same page again and again and again throughout. So, but it's all a proper news report. Someone has actually
done a full article.
Out. Yeah, proper article. Wow. Former premier holds himself trustee and all this kind of stuff, and it's got the detail of it is brilliant.
And it's in good shape too.
Pardon?
It's in good shape. It looks like it's in really good shape.
Yeah, it's got like a little ruffles around the edges, but. It's, you know, it's 31 years old, isn't it? So 32 years old when they filmed it, and it was in a Walmart carrier bag where they gave it to me, and he was like, "Here you go." I'm like, "What's this?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" But, well, come on, it's like how many days of the week do people come in your shop and give you a Batman prop? You know, 0 days
for me.
Yeah. Well, it could still happen.
Hey, bro, it's going to happen. Listen, I'm going to be retiring soon from my job, and that's still my dream job, is to get, have some sort of comic book type Planet Krypton-esque, place. That would be
do it with a cafe. Do it with a cafe.
That's
with a drink and then you've got two angles. If something goes wrong, you still got a cafe. That's
what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm saying.
But I'll do it. Don't live with regrets. Honestly, do it now.
I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's talk about. So now you had said obviously you have quite the extensive collection. Understatement of the week, but what would you say is your favorite era? Would you say it's the Breaking of the Bat era for comic books?
Yeah, that's the one. 1993, and I love the Bruce Wayne Murderer. I don't know if you ever read these, or it's like late 90s. But I love Hush 2002. I think it was that Jim Lee made Batman cool again. I think that really just. I just opened my shop, and Hush Part 1 had come out, and I was like, I'd only ordered like 20 copies, and I wish I'd ordered thousands. That was so dynamic, and I think it was the book I always used to get people into Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all the characters, and it re-visualizes them all, and I think so. Yeah, Breaking of the Bat, Bruce Wayne Murderer, Hush era is good. But I love my favourite title is New 52 Batman and Robin, written by Tomasi and Gleason. That's my favourite Batman title out of anything. So anything.
Now you had said that Hush, because it introduced you to a lot of like the characters and stuff. Now, so it's pretty suffice to say then, I guess, that you own 95 to 99% of all the first appearances of all of the villains, I guess, and like pretty much everybody from like all the Robins to not Dick Grayson, but then everything pretty much going forward. First appearance of the Joker, Penguin. Would you say you have all of them?
Joker was first in Batman #1, so I've only got a second print of that. It's still worth. I paid 50p for it. Right, it's still worth a couple of grand. But I will get there. I know I'll get them all. It's just patience and time and buying and selling, and
that's it, man.
Yeah, I will. I'll get every month. I buy another one off the list.
Really?
And I'm going to complete Batman first, the title Batman, and then I'll be very happy. And then Detective Comics, I'm just going to try and get reading copies. Otherwise, I'll end up selling my lungs, to get them.
Just all you need is one lung.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
You'll be all right.
32 arms either, I suppose. You could like hold the comic with your teeth and just turn them on with one page, couldn't you? But,
you could even just blow the pages and it'll be fine.
I don't think I've got a Mr. Freeze first appearance. I was thinking about it when you asked me the other day, and I thought I don't own Mr. Freeze, just like an early Batman. But I think I've got nearly everybody else.
That's crazy.
Do you know what? I was so lucky. A guy came into my shop and said, I've got some old Batmans, and I'm like, oh yeah, whatever. Right. Most people say that, and they look like they've been dragged behind a car for a couple of miles, and they're Spider-Mans or something. Right. And I went round his house, and he said, look, I want to sell these to a true Batman fan, and I'm like, well, test me. Yeah, exactly. Like, hello, and like like in Blues Brothers when like a heavenly thing opened up and it came down. I was like, that's me. Please, I'm on a mission from God. And he tested me.
He tested you.
Yes, he asked me like maybe 10 questions.
Really?
I've remembered a few of them. I will send you them. All right.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do this because that's very interesting. I'm going to put them at the end of the show, like after like the credits or something, and I want to see if the people who watch this, if anyone can get them, because I have a couple. Yeah. I'm friends with a couple hardcore Batman fans, and of course with the advent of the interwebs and the Google machine, it's possible people will just look them up. But I'm curious to see if anybody actually gets them, like you did off the top of your head.
It was like first appearances and what characters' real names and how many episodes were there in the Batman Animated series, and which I love, by the way. That's my favourite show. Excuse me. But yeah, and he said, when I said, how much do you want? And there must have been £40,000 worth, so $50,000 maybe at the time.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he said he wanted £2,000, which is $2,500 for it. And
Yeah.
I said to my other half, I said, "Can we just use our savings?" But the doubles I had in that collection, I sold and made my money back, so I didn't pay anything for it.
That's fantastic.
So I was so lucky, and now I've got
that
13,500 comics in my little room here. Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
I just rebagged them all as well, so they're all mylighted. Oh yeah.
See, that's a consummate professional when it comes to collecting, and I always can appreciate that. And again, if people don't have the means or whatever, or the correct boxes, it kind of is what it is. But somebody who has the kind of collection that you do, and if they just put them in like Ziploc bags, or whatever the equivalent is over there, like, you know, you have to take care of this stuff. Whether it's the comics, whether it's costumes, you know, anything has to be properly taken care of. And I'm glad, and I'm happy to see that you get that, obviously.
Yeah, no, I think especially heritage. You know, I've got comics there might only be 2 or 3 copies of. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I mean, I don't want to be. I sound really stupid. I don't want to be like selfish and just keep them to myself. I want to I would love to open up like a walk-through museum or something, or see if like local museums will do it, or make displays of.
You probably could.
1940s stuff. I mean, it's you know, I don't know how many copies there are of them. I haven't checked yet, but I've got a few really good ones, and you know, I think I would like to share it more with the world. I've kept it to myself. I think I'm quite anxious about showing people it. This is the first thing I've ever done. It's the first time I've ever talked about it ever. So exclusive. You know,
I'll take
it, baby. The best YouTube interviewer ever. You know, #1. But
are you drinking over there? What do you got over there?
Don't worry, talk about it. If I suddenly go down like that, I'm like, you know, no drink. Your show's quality. Everybody should know about it. You know, everybody should watch all the other episodes as well. It's really good. You know what you're talking about, and that's why I like.
I try.
Yeah, you try. But yeah, I want to. I think if you just bag things, comic bags only last a couple of years. If they start crinkling up.
Right. And
if you spend, I know they're quite expensive.
They can be.
They're like, you get $20 for 50 bags.
Yeah.
You know, but I won't replace those again in my life, I don't think. No.
You shouldn't have to. I mean, you know, barring any major catastrophes in the Waterton household, you should be okay.
I left my comics once underneath a windowsill, and it rained, and it went all over everything. These are like proper comics, and they're all fine, because they're all highlighted.
See?
You could dip them in water, and they're fine. You know, I'm like, they're just...
Don't do that, folks.
No, don't.
Well, Mark said it was okay.
Only early copies of Batman to make mine more valuable. Go.
Damn. There we go. The sabotage. The saboteur reveals himself.
The businessman comes out, you know.
So I think it's safe to say that because I ask folks, the last fella I had on, Sam Rizzo, who has an extensive Superboy collection.
It's amazing collection.
He owns a ton of the Superboy costumes. Now, as a Superman collector, my grail piece would be either Henry's costume or Christopher Reeve's costume. For you, I would have to venture that it would be Detective 27.
Yeah.
Right?
Detective 27. 1.3 million to go, you know, to save up for. But,
okay, the GoFundMe page is coming.
Yeah, but I spoke to you before. I said I'd like maybe a page of it, because I've seen people just buy a page, and I think that if that's as close as I'm going to get, then, you know, at least I'll have a page of it. But I've seen those around for about 200,000. I'm like, God, you know. But
you have the patience, like you said. You said you're patient and give it time, and who the hell knows? You put it out into the universe, Mark. Anything's possible.
Absolutely. I got this Batman collection a week before I sold my shop on. You know, it was a week. I mean, that's you know, so, you know, I have faith in the universe. I think, you know, the Bat gods will provide.
I think they will.
Hopefully.
So let me ask you a question. I've asked this now of 4 people, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
If you had, or were allowed to only have, not by means of the permission of a spouse, but space-wise, one shelf in your room, your house, your apartment or whatever, and you could put 3 things on it, 3 pieces of your collection, what would they be?
My Batman 1989 Michael Keaton figure in little package by Toy Biz. You know that one. That was the first. Yeah, that was the first Batman toy. The one with a zip belt and he zips up it. Definitely that. I would put my Nightfall one, because this is like the beginning.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
And it just means a lot to me, because that's what got me into everything. And I've got a Batman animated series statue. I don't want to move things around too much, just behind me, but I've got a 1993 Batman animated series statue from the Warner Brothers shops over here.
Oh, I missed the shops.
I think, oh god, I don't. My wallet doesn't. But every time I went there, I was like, just take my money. But I've got an animated, because I love the animated series.
Yeah.
I love the animated series so much, and that statue of that I think would look really good with the comic and the other figure. You know, I think then that's good. And I've got the animated series. I've got comics represented, and I've got the movies represented. You know, so that's like the package.
I think you're right. I think that's a pretty good, well-rounded shelf you have there, sir. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just be like, First Print Killing Joke, Batman signed by Bob Kane, you know, etc., etc. But I never met Bob Kane. It's a shame, but you know, I got into Batman too late. But
hey, listen, it's many will tell you it's never too late to get into these things. You know, too late to meet. I never met Christopher Reeve. You know, I met Henry Cavill. I've met Dean Cain. I've met Brendan Routh. Tyler Hoechlin I've met. Yet to meet Tom Welling, but Tom, I will be coming for you eventually.
That's the threat.
And George Newbern. I'd love to meet George Newbern.
Oh wow, yeah, totally, yeah.
And Tim Daly.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like a bunch. I still got to get to.
Yeah.
But you know, so I'm the same way. So I get it. So I completely understand. But like, you know, anyone will tell you, like any good collector will tell you, there's always never a good jumping point, a good starting point. You start wherever you start, whether it's the middle, the beginning, or the end, and you just run with it.
Yeah. Go for the latest issue 1, you know, and then just try and get that series, you know, and then move your way back like I'm doing. You know,
so apart from these questions, Mark, I'm going to ask you, since you have such a huge collection, maybe if you don't mind, because not that anyone doesn't know who Batman is, but maybe if you want to give some of your recommendations, since you have literally 60 decades, 70 decades of stuff, 80 decades of stuff, I'd like you to maybe, if some of your favorite storylines throughout the years, throughout maybe the eras and stuff, if you could put that together for me, that would be awesome sauce. I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, all right, so that'll be at the end of this episode, apart from the questions. So there's a lot of crap going on at the end of this episode, but it's been a good episode, and I've enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, same here. Thank you.
Excellent. And I would like to thank you for coming on, showing us a little peek into your collection.
Thank you.
If anyone's interested, we will post Mark's Instagram account. If you want to check out some of his stuff, he's posting some stuff, and he will be posting more, I'm sure, in the very near future.
I haven't even started on the merchandise. Let alone, you know.
Boy, here we go. It's gonna be. That's all right. Yeah. That's all right. Listen. Again, people. There's a lot of Batman fans out there, and you have such a length and breadth of stuff that, you know, it's all social media worthy, as they say.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you're very welcome. So, folks, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button that's down yonder. I would really appreciate it. And episode 6 coming at you soon. Thank you again, and enjoy your week.